In today's video, I'm going to explain why you might want to convert your electric feeder into a gravity feeder, and I will show you how I did it at a very reasonable price, and in the long run it actually saves you money. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to switch the electrical feeder, which takes a battery, into a gravity feeder? The problem you have today is the quality of the corn has really went down. Even when you buy clean corn, it tends to have cobs in it and little sticks, and the spinners plug up. And then when the spinners plug up, moisture builds up in the bottom and the corn gets all stuck together and it just stops working. Another way that you save money is you either got to buy new batteries every few months or buy expensive rechargeable batteries. These feeders are about 100 to 150 bucks at Walmart. Mine are pretty old, and I'm tired of fighting the quality of the corn, so I'm going to switch mine to gravity feeders. I've got one done already, and I love the way it works, how successful it is, and how much money it's going to cost me in the long run. My corn isn't spoiling inside. I do have rechargeable batteries, but now I don't have to take them out and charge them back up. This gravity feeder will last forever, as long as the feeder lasts. You know, sometimes the squirrels chew on them or something. But if you keep them away from the trees, the squirrels don't jump on top of them and chew on them. Watch this video. It's very easy to convert these into gravity feeders. It's not expensive, and in the long run, you can take these units right here and post them on a marketplace and sell them and probably make more money than what you spent converting these into gravity feeders. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my videos. Everything I do, I support veterans, handicapped veterans, and the children of veterans. Watch this whole video and I'll show you how to convert them. Peace. Step one is pretty obvious. You need to remove the power unit and the spinner. Mine, it just has 4 screws. So I'm just going to take this off. And that's step one. Now remember, you can put this on marketplace, this and the cone, and sell it, because people use these to make their own feeders. Step two, again, very basic. If your feeder has the attached cone on it, go ahead and remove that. You're not going to need that. And plus, you want to sell that with the unit that you're selling on marketplace. Take that cone right off. Very simple. Now I want to show you something. I was talking about the moisture buildup inside the feeders because they get plugged up. If you look inside this feeder, it's just a yucky mess. So you're wasting a lot of money on the corn. My feeders stopped working so many times last year. I'd go in there with a wire and try to unplug them, and they had pieces of cob and stick blocking it, and I got fed up. Everything you need to do this you can buy at your local Lowe's or Home Depot. These are two different size PVC pipes. This is Schedule 40 Series F89116, and this is 3-inch, and it's 250314032710BSLCM. You're going to need a toilet flange and this piece right here. There's no lip inside, okay, and I'll give the part numbers later on. You're going to need some PVC glue, a tube of liquid nail, and black spray paint. That's it. Now this piece right here will actually make 3 different feeders, or 2 depending on how you want to do it. This needs to be a little bit longer. I'm going to show you the inside of this feeder and the problem you have with the electronic feeders when it plugs up because of sticks and cobs and the moisture buildup. It's a mess inside. But when you switch to the gravity feeder, you will not have this problem anymore. It's a mess inside this thing. If you look in there, moisture builds up because it plugs up and your corn turns to mush, so you're wasting money. The toilet flange, you noticed it's cone shaped right there. Just put your toilet flange up here backwards and mark around it, and that's the hole you're going to cut. Okay, just try to center it and just mark right around it. It don't have to be perfect. Simple enough. Step 4, cut out your hole, which would be easiest with a hole saw or a jigsaw. Unfortunately, all I have is a sawzall, so I will cut my hole out with this. Step 5, take your toilet flange, your liquid nail, and put it all over the bottom of the toilet flange. Try not to get it in the cone. Just goop it on there. Step 6. The toilet flange has holes in it for screws. So all you're going to do, take some self-tapping screws and put 4 to 8 screws in it, and that'll hold the liquid nail until it dries. You see I got 1 in it already. Step 7. Take your bigger pipe, your bigger PVC pipe, which I have a 5-foot, and just cut it in half. Just give yourself about 2.5 feet. So I have to cut this with a sawzall because I don't have a jigsaw. After you get your big pipe cut to about 2.5 foot, approximately, it don't have to be perfect. Take that piece I told you about that has no lip on the inside and just start it by tapping it with a hammer into your big pipe, and then put some PVC glue on it, because you don't want this to move, but it's a real tight fit, so it's probably not going to move much anyway. Get that PVC glue on there, and then tap it about halfway down. Just tap it so it goes in about halfway. Tap it so it goes in about halfway. You can see it's a real tight fit. which is what you want. You don't want that piece moving. The next step is go ahead and put your PVC glue on the piece that you mounted on your feeder. Really goop that glue on, because you don't want that piece coming off. You could even use your liquid nail, I guess, if you wanted to. Take it, the piece that you built with the two pieces, and slide it on there. And next, you're going to put your feeder up on its legs and measure halfway to the ground. Halfway in this big pipe to the ground, which mine is right about 44 inches. You're going to take your smaller pipe and cut it off to that measurement. Now you're going to want to go ahead and spray paint your smaller pipe. Just spray paint it black or green or whatever you want. I just went with black because my feeders are black. And finally, you want to get some self-tapping screws. I have some old sheet metal screws that were used on my roof. And on the bottom piece that you stuck inside, you want to go ahead and put 2 of them in it. Okay. 1 on each side. Final step. Put your bottom piece in, which is skinnier than your top piece. Set up your feeder. Depending on how much corn you want to come out, you adjust that up and down and tighten those 2 screws in. I have it about 1 inch above the ground. Now the extra there is just because I had too much to fill the feeder. There was about 1/4 bag left, so I just dumped it on the ground. But again, you just slide that bottom tube up and down between 1/2 inch and 2 inches, depending on how much you want. That's about 1 inch. As they eat it, more corn will fall down. You never have to buy batteries, and it'll never plug up.